Be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 fans. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter.
Oh, yeah, you know, from the initial intro I'm on right now, and then you got China Doll's intro. You got to give it to China Doll. She's been kicking butt, man. She's growing as a influencer and a radio host. Has some work to do, but she's getting there. She's getting there. Friendships that are not worth keeping. That is going to be the subject today. It's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. I'll be out there laboring my ass out there burning boxes because of Amazon and burning branches. I'm going to have a bonfire out there all day, and I'll probably be doing it alone because I got lazy people in this house.
Hey,
Are you going to be out there with me?
if you do it later, I got to work.
Okay.
Just because it's Labor Day doesn't mean I ain't got to go labor at my job.
Well, you know, that kind of sucks. Anyway, we went on a nice ride yesterday. You know, every Sunday we go on a ride. And yesterday I said, screw it. Let's go to Iowa. Let's go to Iowa. I got to get gas.
Yeah, but they're more expensive there.
They are. And with all their corn and shit like that, come on.
You figure
this
they'd be
ethanol,
cheaper.
they'd be cheaper.
Nope.
They lied to us.
They did. Yeah.
So anyway, went over this bridge and it was like, damn, man. The Mississippi wind on that river, shit. I was like, man, here I am riding a damn freaking dresser and can't get the damn bike to stay straight. It was nasty over that river.
It was kind of scary.
It was. And, you know, I was pulling up on the Iowa side and I was like, you don't know how much I was contemplating going to that freaking casino.
Well, why didn't you? We should have.
Hold on a second. I'm going to be pulling up our little ride here, going over that bridge and telling y'all or showing y'all how windy that crap was. It was nasty. I couldn't believe how bad that was. Here we go. Let's see here. There it goes. Now we're approaching Iowa. And that is the Big Green Bridge. That's the first time you went over that one, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
There's the Great Mississippi River.
Listen to that wind.
You just see the camera shaking too. Always loved the Mississippi.
Yeah, that I literally had to hold on with all my might to my phone, thinking it was gonna fall because the wind was blowing so hard that I actually was jostling my phone a few times.
I don't know. The thing about riding with China Doll is she likes taking pictures and these videos. She'll sit there and scream at me if she misses a shot because I'm going too fast. And here I am. I'm going to fucking speed limit.
Dude, I yelled at you twice about it twice. You didn't show me soon enough. I wanted to take a picture of the little alien.
And here I am, you know, riding a motorcycle and stuff, paying attention to the road. And she wants me to point out stuff while she's on her throne in the observer's position.
Yes, I do.
And she could have caught it all on her own.
Yeah, but
so why do you try to blame me?
Because I can. Because you're in front. You see things before I do.
Dude, I got smacked by a fucking bug yesterday, man.
I laughed so hard I almost tinkled.
You did. I got smacked. My poor freaking bike, man. Do you see how buggy that thing is?
Yeah.
Big Red's got bugs everywhere.
Big Red needs a bath. It's so gross.
You know, we're going to...
And he didn't get hit by a cicada like I did.
No, I heard that shit pop when you got hit. You got hit right in the freaking forehead. Yeah. I laughed my ass off.
But where'd you get hit?
I got hit right in the cheek.
and the best part is he wipes his face and goes
Bug
like
juice
this,
all over the place.
and his hands covered in dead bug. I was like, ew, at least that didn't happen to me.
Poor
Gross.
bug
Ugh.
juice, man. That was nasty.
I'm like, that was so gross. But I could not stop laughing. I'm like, what happened? You get hit? He's like, ew.
But it was a perfect day.
It was nice.
It was
Yes.
gorgeous out there yesterday.
It was beautiful.
I gotta show Big Red, and it's freaking
You
poor
gotta
Big
zoom,
Red,
but you
man.
gotta zoom in on
I
it a
did.
little
I
bit.
did zoom in.
Did you
know.
zoom in?
I zoomed in.
Big Red needs a shower.
Look at her. My God, bug juice everywhere. That's the thing about riding in the country, man.
Yeah, poor Big Red.
You know, some of her other pictures. Oh, look at me. I'm a hot looking guy with a beard. Some of these towns were kick ass, man. You did take a lot of good pictures here.
I had to get the metal slide.
Yeah, the metal slide,
The
and that's just the
park.
countryside right there. That's why I love it. And that old Texaco
Look at the
station,
gas bumps, though. They're totally old school.
old school right there. That's when they used to come out to your car and stuff. It went to Hazel Green. Of course, she had to get pictures of freaking cows.
Why not? Hey, look, we're back in Wisconsin. Yay.
Yay. I love the side, like when they cut through the hills and stuff. That looks so cool.
And of course, they have signage that says Falling Rock.
Why you got to take a picture of that all the time?
I missed that one. It's fine.
And then your side by sides.
That whole town got around by sides. It was so cool. I was so jealous.
Well, you know, that's what happens when you get out of Illinois.
I was so jealous. That was so sad. I wanted to ride one. I was like, where is all this dust and dirt coming from as we're going towards Iowa? And then I look to the right and there's like 5 or 6 side by sides flying down a gravel road. And I'm like, well, that explains it. I'm like, it looks like something's on fire. And then here's me on the back of the bike. No, nothing's on fire.
Sounds like she's sniffing cocaine.
Shut up. I've never done that crap.
That's messed up, you know?
Ew.
It really is. So in a couple weeks, we're going to be going up the Mandaline Island, and I'm sure she's going to have a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
A lot of pictures going on
Yes.
the ferry and stuff like that.
Going on the Hollywood's gonna be on a ferry. That just sounds so great.
It doesn't sound good at all.
Just you're riding on a
So
ferry.
we're going to take a ride on Mandaline Island
Yeah.
and all over northern Wisconsin. It's funny because Sunday are our ride days and stuff. And it's like, okay, where do you want to go today? I was like, okay, point out a direction. And we
Yeah.
just go.
Yeah. So the only direction we have yet to go, we did north
Hmm.
yesterday. We did south last week, and we've gone out. You know, we've gone out west.
I ain't going out
We
east
gotta
near
go
Chicago.
east and head back towards Chirac.
No, I ain't going. There's nothing to see there. Maybe some dead asses on the side of the road, but
Yeah, maybe somebody
there's nothing even interesting out that
Maybe
way.
somebody can wash your windshield for you.
Maybe go southeast away from the city.
You don't want to go towards it.
No, why do I want to sit there with a bunch of? It's bad enough in the country with these Sunday drivers. How many idiots did I have yesterday?
Oh, too many to keep track.
Too many.
of. I'm telling you, that's why they're called Sunday drivers. Hey, maybe we should head towards Statesville and check out all the picketers.
Oh, they out there picketing?
They're out there picketing all the guards because of the fact that they want to tear,
Maybe we
tear it down and rebuild it or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but
A
yeah.
lot of people are out of jobs because of that. It's sad. And
So what do you think about our? You know, we got the bike getting ready. You got Big Red getting ready for the big ride.
Yeah.
You know, I got this. What was it? A bag on Amazon? That luggage.
Yeah, it's like huge.
I'd have put you in it.
I could probably fit in it. We should try.
That'd be funny as hell.
Take a picture of me sitting in it. Let's do it.
But I do got some trinkets. I'm trying to get into the modern time. I went and got myself a camera dashboard where you to put a camera on the front and a camera on the back. And the one in the back you can use as a mirror. So I think that's going to be pretty cool.
You're gonna put that on?
Yeah, I'm going to put that on.
Oh.
It's going to be cool. I can see in the back of me. When my mirrors, you can't hardly see out of that crap.
Not usually.
So if you got a camera in the back, this technology stuff rocks.
Yeah.
It took me a
well,
little while to catch on to it, but damn, I like it. Then I had to get what was it? That fog shield for your for the
for our
helmets,
helmets. Yeah.
because it's gonna be cold as ass up there, man.
Yeah. So we always bring our helmets, full face helmets and whatever up there. Cause it's like gets down in the 50s at night. It's
It's gonna be
cold.
more like the 40s up there.
I seen one of the nights it's gonna be like 47. It's cold.
Oh, you're gonna be a little freaking popsicle.
I gonna be feezing. I gonna be back there going. I gonna be feezing. It's not good.
Friendships that are not worth keeping. Why did you come up with this subject?
Cause Labor Day weekend, man. And on Labor Day, what do you hang out with? Friends and family for barbecuing and stuff.
I wish I could, man. I'm gonna be back there busting my ass.
Well, you don't have to.
Well, yeah, I do. I got to get the place cleaned up.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to do it today. You are choosing to do it
It's
today.
bad enough we look like wet white ass Peckerwoods, man, that live here.
Why?
Got freaking couches
'Cause
on
we
the
have a
porch,
couch on the back porch.
just sitting there chilling.
Because we're cool.
You know
like
damn
that.
well you got a dirty white boy sitting here.
Because we're cool like that. We got to have our couch out on the back porch. It's amazing. And don't forget, our back porch also has a porch swing
Oh, it does.
because we're cool.
It does. It's cool. Yes.
It's amazing.
So this friendships that are not worth keeping. Do you ever notice that it's only on Facebook that you actually might eventually talk to somebody you knew is in high school?
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, it's like all you do is watch their lives go by.
That's
ya.
just like, I don't remember people's birthdays, but Facebook tells you. So I just, oh, look, happy birthday.
Did you all go up to where the ski resort is on the Illinois, Iowa, and Wisconsin border? No, I'm not a skier. I'll bust
The
my
only
ass.
ski resort I know of that's in that area is Chestnut Mountain Lodge. And that's near Galena. That's Galena.
Yeah, I'll
That's
bust
the
my
only
ass on that
that's
shit.
the only one I know about, and I don't ski. I don't like snow. I don't like playing in it anymore.
Google motorcycle dog saucer. Man, we saw some freaking alien stuff with a guy in there. I was like, dude, what the
Yeah.
hell's going on around here?
I was mad I didn't get its picture.
Yeah, because you weren't paying attention and looking.
My camera shut down, so I had to turn it back on. And by the time I turned it on,
Oh, see,
bam,
then you're
we were
sitting there
past it.
blaming me, and it was you.
It's your fault. It was your fault. Because when I'm on the back, my camera is like on the whole entire time. And if I'm not taking a picture for a short period of time, the camera shuts off. And
Idiot.
then I'm like, damn it.
That's when you extend your screen.
Mine's like on a 2-minute thing or something. I don't know.
But do you always notice that? That's all we do is look at their the pictures of what they're putting up.
Yeah, on Facebook. And you probably haven't even talked to them since high school.
Do you ever sit back and say, damn, man, they got ahead a lot more than us, or they got a lot more family stuff going on than you do? Or do you ever look at that?
I notice I don't give a crap what they have or how successful they are, but I do notice a lot of things when they post like family gatherings, and I'm like, our family gathering is like the three of us. It's like, hey, and they
That's
got,
because all mine are down in Florida.
and then they do the family gathering, and it's like there's like 40 people in the picture, and it's like, oh,
Well, going through that small town yesterday, I don't know if it was a parade or what, but you got people sitting in their front yards. I really like 50 of them. It was like, damn, man.
yeah. I took a picture of one of them when we were in one of the towns, and I think it was Benton.
Yeah, Benton.
That was the one that had the parade and such. And they like the whole town was gathering in like their main square
Mhm.
doing like barbecues, and like they had like little booths selling stuff, and there was a band playing, and I was like, man, I want to hang out here. This town's better than ours.
The term backpack used for a passenger. Never heard of that.
That's
term.
on a crotch rocket.
Oh, okay. Never heard of it.
That's on a, I mean, to my understanding, that's on a crotch rocket because, you know, the person on the back of the bike looks like their backpack when you get on a crotch. Yeah.
All I know is if you get the good looking girls, you see some nice ass. That's what I have to say about that. That's about, yeah, you get to see a nice big ass. You got a tiny ass. I had to ask her every 25 miles, your ass all right?
I got this.
Here she's got this big fluffy ass seat, a throne. I got to ask her every 25 miles.
No, 50.
Well, it was funny. I went straight through to Iowa, and she says, "I thought you were going to stop every 50 miles."
Nope. My butt is so bony that when I get up or if I sit too long,
So I got to
It's
get
like-
you an ass pad.
my left butt cheek goes numb and then I lose feeling in my whole left leg.
I gotta get
and
you an
then
ass
when
pad.
I get off the bike, my left leg goes down first and I swing my right leg over. So it like sucks. I'm like, I'm going to die. I'm going to fall.
Oh, it is beautiful out there, SNS. It's gorgeous out that way. That's why I always like going west because there's so much to do.
There's so much more to see because it's
I
not,
do
it's
not
not
like
stop
going
and
to
go
Chicago.
traffic.
I
don't
hate Chicago.
I don't like the stop and go. Even
Isn't
like
that funny?
Saturday, me and Corey went to Woodfield Mall, which my God, this mall's still jumping like it was back when I was in high school. It
But
was
isn't it-
crowded.
Isn't it funny? I used to get homesick if I didn't see the Sears Tower. Now I can't even.
Now you
think
don't
about
even
going
want to
back.
go see it. You're like, I don't care.
You know what? I bought a plot out in Chicago
Yeah,
to be buried.
yeah.
Paid off everything.
And now he doesn't want to be buried there.
I said, bury me over here. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to live out there again the rest of my eternity.
So we're just gonna throw him in the Rock River. It's fine.
I guess.
It's fine. Or put him in a saddlebag. Just bam, you're done. Bye.
When did you start thinking that some friendships are not worth keeping? Because as you grow as an adult, it is kind of funny. You don't like having a lot of friends.
Well, it's like it's kind of like I don't know. You have friends and then you have enemies, but more enemies than friends lately. Well, because navigating friendships is like navigating through a maze.
Oh, dude, is that correct?
Because as you get older, not all friendships are worth keeping around. Because when you grow as a person, you don't always grow as a person that needs specific people in their life anymore.
Growth is something big that you just brought up.
Well, everybody grows as a person, and your mind. I mean, people's it's just
Attitudes change.
yeah, like their personalities do change as you grow. Your personalities change. I know people don't always realize it. You know, gross. Ew, get out.
I had those White Castles, baby,
Get out.
from White Castle.
Yeah, because I went to Schaumburg on Saturday, so with our son, so I had to bring you back White Castle. Man, I did not like the smell of that in my vehicle. I'm just saying that stuff's so nasty. I don't care. You know,
Why do you think our
as you,
attitudes change?
as you get older, you want people in your life that aren't holding you back. And there's a lot of people out there that they're so worried about, you know, the me's and the I's and the
Yeah.
and not you that you want to just get
It's
rid of.
it's worse than high school.
You want to get rid of that extra baggage because some friendships might have been meaningful to you in your past that you had.
What do you think
But
about
they're
what
not gonna
Michael just
serve
said?
a present. They're not going to serve a purpose in your present or future life. I don't know.
I
I'm
think
not on
that I think that goes to what Michael said. I think the older you get, you realize what friends are wasting your time and which ones aren't.
because
I think
as you
that
get
nails
old,
it.
as you grow, you get wiser and you catch on to people's games. I guess you can say,
Ouch.
yeah.
Ouch.
Well, because if you think about it, if you sit there and think about all the friendships that you have, well, how many of those friendships were more like an anchor from a boat?
Well,
And
that's
how
a
many-
cool
and-
analogy.
And how many of those friendships are like sails that like to push you forward?
Well, that's why they say if you want to be rich, you hang around rich people. You don't hang around poor people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what they say. That's kind of the equation right there.
Well, as we grow older, we start to realize the importance of the balance of every aspect of our own life. And friendships aren't any exceptions to that. One of the biggest issues that you notice as you get older is one-sided friendships. Where
The me.
where the effort is primarily from your end to be friends with this person, and that's going to be exhausting. So you're the one always initiating plans. You're the one always reaching out. You're the one showing interest, but it's not being reciprocated from the other person.
Oh,
Or-
I know a lot of people like that.
Or they're always canceling on you. You plan something and then something suddenly came up.
Well, it is kind of funny if you do have friends, you got kids, and like Jason just said, the older you get, attitudes and mindsets also changes depending on who has kids and who doesn't.
Right.
You think that, oh man, we've been friends forever now, our kids are going to be friends, but sometimes it just don't work that way.
It doesn't always work that way, because I remember thinking that years back with people that I was friends with. Oh man, our kids are going to be friends and they're going to hang out like we hung out. And no, my kids have never hung out with any of my old friends' kids
You don't want them to.
ever, because I've noticed that a lot of the people that I grew up with that I was friends with, they haven't changed their ways. They're still
stuck in the old same bowl.
well, they're still stuck up and snobby and think they're better than everybody else, where we didn't raise the kids that way.
No.
We raised our kids to, not try and act as if that was gross. I heard that. Not try to act like you're ever better than anyone else. And I don't want my kids around people that think they're better than everyone else.
Oh, I hate that when you're adults and they stick their noses up at you.
Mm-hmm.
And me being me, I love shoving it right back.
Mm-hmm. Well, and those
It makes me feel
the
good.
one-sided friendships, man, those friendships are gonna like drain all your energy. And with age comes wisdom. So understanding that true friendships are a two-way street, as you get older, you're going to want to reevaluate your one-sided friendships and question whether or not they're of value to your life.
Do you ever notice if you're the one putting all the energy in and you suddenly stop talking to the people, they never get back to you any damn way?
Yep.
You ever notice that?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So that should tell you everything right there.
That should be a dead giveaway. That you're texting, and then finally you notice, hey, all your messages have been left unread.
Oh, yeah, the Facebook thing.
And they're not reading them. Then you're like,
thing.
huh. So you check and you're like, hey, we're not friends on Facebook anymore. That could be why. They unfriended me.
And here you were hanging out and all that good stuff.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're unfriended. And you're like, don't care. Whatever.
On the second half of the show, and this can go towards what China Dow's talking about here, how to confront a brother who cheats with your wife. I'm actually going to get a woman's opinion on this subject before I do the actual video on it, because it's important. It could be not just a brother that does it to you in a club. It could be one of the so-called sisters in the club that do it with your old man. And by the way, women, China Doll has the Sisterhood of Bikers or something like that over on Facebook. 1.3 K.
1.4.
1.4K.
Mm.
All women, man, on their periods, menstrual cycles, PMS. Yeah, it could be funny. But that's going to be the second topic coming up on this show. And it does come in with the friendships that are not worth keeping. So we're going to be doing that after this quick break. Don't forget Brotherhood and Betrayal over on Amazon right now. Get your
Is an
copy.
in-depth look at the trials and tribulations of street gang and motorcycle club life. This isn't the run-of-the-mill book that doesn't give the goods. This book will go into detail of events that actually happened. All materials in this book have been approved by those involved. There is nothing poetic, nor is there any price worth paying for the life we choose to live on the streets. James Hollywood Machikari, Brotherhood and Betrayal.
I actually, I'm going to start writing the follow-up, the second edition on that book. So be on the lookout earlier next year to pre-order them. Now, going into the friendships that are not worth keeping, because this can actually tie into the subject now of how to confront somebody. And do you always notice that it might be a friend that goes after your significant other?
9 times out of 10 it is.
Isn't that something right there? What does that tell you about people? You know, it's just like maybe a guy goes after the wife's,
Best friend.
Instead of being straight up and saying, "Hey, can you like arrange a threesome or something?" Be honest about it. But instead, they sneak behind your back. And what really upsets me about that is, what if they were friends for like 30 years? It's going to take one sexual act to destroy all that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you known somebody that's happened to?
Of course. Who hasn't? Who doesn't? Who doesn't know somebody that's happened
It's
to?
that prevalent. That happens all the time.
Yeah, it is.
And what's crazy, when you go out to the bar, and you told me that one story about one broad going to meet another guy. Oh, she was supposedly in the swinger life. Do you think she was in the lifestyle, or you think she was cheating?
I think she was cheating.
Why do you say that?
I think she was, because it's.
Come on. This is a subject everybody wants to hear.
Let's just say, when I seen her at the bar and she was telling me that she was in that lifestyle, right? And she was meeting a guy, which I knew wasn't her husband. And she has not stopped at the gas station at all since that day. So I think she was embarrassed.
Why?
Because she got caught. Because
now, do you know the husband?
Yeah. I do. I've seen them both. I know them both.
And has either one been in there, or just him?
He has. She has not. Especially when she's like, "Well, I'll see you next week at your job." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Didn't see her the whole entire week.
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Haven't heard from her. Haven't seen her. Nothing.
My question is, what possesses somebody to do that to another person, knowing that they've been friends so long?
They only care about themselves.
And do you know the favorite excuses? Oh, I was drunk, or I was high.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
bullshit.
is the biggest one. Well, I was drunk. I didn't know it. I didn't plan it. It just happened.
Now, see, I'm very anti-alcohol.
Yeah.
And there's reasons behind that.
Yeah.
Because some of my biggest mistakes were when I was on the hard stuff back in the 90s. Big mistakes. So I'm very anti-alcohol now.
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody tries to use that as an excuse, I look at them and say, "Get out of here, man. You to be falling down drunk and know what the hell you're doing."
Mm-hmm.
So you going after your old lady's damn freaking friend, you're a moron.
And it happens more than people even realize or care to realize, I guess you can say.
Because you wanted to pop a load in her,
Mm-hmm.
you destroyed somebody's friendship.
Yeah.
And I think it's worse when it comes to club stuff. is when somebody's your so-called brother, which we know. I'll discuss that in another video too about, and I brought that up, what it's going to be. I joined a motorcycle club to get away from the politics and all the rules.
Yeah.
They got more freaking rules and politics than Donald Trump against Kamala Harris.
That's sad.
But it is messed up when one of them go after your old lady, even though there's rules against that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the old lady knows those rules and still does it.
Yeah, and here's my question. Who would you blame? Both. One, the other. Who would you blame? The dude, the chick, or both of them?
And that's the thing. You would go after the so-called brother, I think, because he should have known better.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're in that type of, situation,
You already.
and from my time period, women are dumb. So we know that was going to happen. But with somebody else that you were supposedly, that's how we thought, okay? Did we think that way or not?
Yes.
Women were in the corner, shut up, stupid.
Mm-hmm. Don't speak unless you're spoken to.
They didn't control our balls back then. Not like today. They don't control our balls back then. But when it comes to something like that, it's like, how the hell are you going to do that?
Now, see, in my opinion, with that situation, I'd be blaming both. Because why? Because they both know what the rules are. You're a brother. You're with one of the brothers. That's just wrong. You don't do that.
It is wrong.
You don't do it. And I think they're both to blame. Or what are you going to do? Blame the one that was hitting on the other? Or are they going to, oh, well, we were at a party. We were drunk.
And that's where a lot of problems in the MC scene come about is women.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest issues. And if you tell me no, you're lying.
I just said, yeah.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh.
Anybody out there listening, you're freaking kidding yourself. Wars have started over women.
Well, and then you got the women that are club jumpers.
Yeah.
One time they're hanging around with this club, and then like a month later they're hanging around with this club because they don't care. They don't care whose homes they wreck.
And that is home wreckers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worse when one of your old so-called friends are the ones that wrecked your house.
Mm-hmm.
What drives me crazy, and this comes, there was a show that we watched. We still haven't finished the series, but I love her. I'd have her move in a heartbeat and kick you out. Is Reba. Reba McEntire had a show called Reba, and her husband cheated on her, got married, and she's still friends with her. How in the hell does that work?
She's friends with her, but she picks on her.
I would say that's an automatic threesome in my book, but
ew. No.
But how does that happen? You just broke somebody's marriage, built under lies.
I think in that situation, she only was cordial to her because she felt she had to because she had, younger kids.
Well, I'm talking about real life. You see that happening.
I do see that happening. And I don't understand it, to be honest with you, because that's the last person I would want to be friends with.
And it causes undue stress.
Yeah.
And it actually does cost you financially, because next thing you know, you're divorcing them and going to court, you're paying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what infuriates me, I think, the most, is everybody knows judges are with the women in a divorce or a child custody case. So she went and cheated with the so-called brother. Next thing you know, you're paying out the child support.
Mm-hmm.
And what would piss me off even more is if he was living with her still and you're paying the child support. Could you imagine the scenario?
I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, but sit back and think about it.
I do sit back and think about it, because one of the very first guys I ever dated went behind my back and screwed my best friend.
No, I'm talking about, say your brother screws your old lady.
Yeah. And then
you get it moves in with her, you get a divorce, but you're paying for the kids while it was them two that did you wrong. And at that point, I don't see any problem with somebody beating the hell out of them.
And that'd be a situation where you beat the hell out of them and don't shake hands and have a beer later.
No. And the club should automatically said, you're gone. Beat the hell out of them again and put them out. But there's not a lot of clubs won't do that. That's messed up. I've heard it where an officer of a club would mess around with somebody who's not an officer. Next thing you know, there's all kinds of problems and nobody does anything about it. It's like, you coward bastards.
Well, it's like in the club world, you should know what women are hands off.
Hell, half the time they got the patches.
I mean, it should be Captain Obvious on who you should go mess with the patch chasers. Leave the ladies of or the property ofs alone. That's just stupid.
But that's something that has ruined the club scene because it does happen a lot. I've seen it happen a lot. And it's a terrible thing to have to go through something like that, especially if you're paying the child support while the dude's in your bedroom.
That's disgusting.
Sometimes I don't blame somebody popping a cat, man. I wouldn't blame them. I think at that point, if you're hardcore into the deal, that if you don't, you're weak. If you think about it, pop a cap in the ass. Keep her around to take care of the kids. You don't agree?
I got no comment on that one.
Why don't you have a comment?
Because you're saying that on air, dude. No. I got no comment. None.
What are you, like Kamala Harris that hasn't done a freaking presser in 45 days now?
Who?
That freaking broad that's running for president. If you guys vote for that broad, you need a kick in the balls. You really do.
Well, you
saw
saw
kick in the balls.
Saw the picture I sent you from the bathroom stall.
Yeah, they're putting up little sticky
They're
notes.
putting Post-it notes inside bathrooms saying, "Woman to woman, nobody can see you in here for who. Nobody can see who you vote for. Vote for Harris." And I'm like, really? I got to sit here taking a pee, and this Post-its on the door. Thanks. No
damn way.
Mm-mm.
Let's see here. First time I was ever at a clubhouse, the one woman that kept asking me to dance or whatever with her, glad I didn't, because I found out later it was the president's wife. And what he should do is kick her ass right out the door. Kick her ass right out the door. Because he's part of the problem now. He's letting it happen. If you don't control your broad in an MC party scene, then that's on you at that point. She, one, doesn't know her damn place, and two, you're looking foolish and weak for letting it happen. That's just straight up to me. So I think it would be worse in an MC situation that happens if your broad's all over somebody. But
Which should never happen to begin with.
But taking it out of the MC scene scenario and going back to friendships, how do you handle it in a friendship if it happens?
You dump your friend. Calm. Friend is out the door.
How would that affect you, though, if it was a 30-year friendship? Happened to do that?
Well,
would friendship survive somebody cheating on them?
No. It wouldn't. The friendship would be history.
Time doesn't heal?
Not always. Maybe sometimes, depending on, I guess if it happened once or if it was a continuing thing. But
so would you think a 30-year friendship was worth throwing away over
a one-night stand?
Well, not even a one-night stand, a POS that's sneaking around on your back knowing it should be better than, you can go out there with your freaking tallywhackers and put it into anything you want. You don't have to. That's what I don't like about men. Put your tallywhackers in somebody that's not your wife's friend. That's just a
Yeah, it's
decent
like-
thing to do.
It's like just no. Go around the idea of your wife's friend. No,
And it
just
gets
go
even
to
worse
someone
if
else.
the kids are close. If you guys got kids
Yeah, like if you're
and they're really close,
like if your kids are calling your best friend their aunt or their uncle.
look what they're
then
doing
all
to
of
the
a-
kids.
then
And
all
all
of
of
a
a sudden
sudden-
you can't see them anymore.
Then all of a sudden that person's not around anymore, and you got to explain to the kids. How do you explain to the kids why they're not coming around anymore? You can't be like, well,
That's why I would never let my kids call any of my friends either uncle or aunt. I never allowed it.
Our kids actually called anybody that ever came around here by their first name.
Yeah, by their first name. That was it.
Yeah. But we would never let them.
And I
call
don't
'em
approve of those
uncle
that,
or
you know,
aunt.
and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be I am mighty, but I'm a realist and believe that a lot of times friendships don't last. You shouldn't have your kids calling them this or that
No.
because
don't
it's only
think so.
going to affect them.
Mm-mm.
And you see it all the time with people that are claiming to be close friends. Oh, auntie this, auntie. Shut up, stupid.
Yeah.
That
I
ain't your
don't-
aunt.
Even people that I was close with when my kids were small, I still wouldn't let them call them auntie or uncle or whatever because they're not. I mean, yeah, we've got close friends. Like you have a close friend that you consider like a brother or a sister. I get it. But you don't want to confuse your kids because if that friendship ends up getting damaged one way
And
or
I think
another,
8 out of 10, it has to be 8 out of 10 friendships go downhill.
you know, that friendship gets damaged. What are you going to tell your kid? That their favorite aunt, who was not really their aunt,
It psychologically
Is
damages them, I
gone.
think.
you know, the one that spoils them and takes them out and plays with, you know, hangs out with them and takes them to the park or whatever. And then all of a sudden that friend is gone. You can't do that to them because it's going to mess with their heads. Because the friendships don't always last. I don't care what anybody says. They don't.
Whether it was his own house or not, what if you find out your friend since childhood spied on you with security cameras? That's messed up. They sick in the head, I think. If your partner messes around, they no longer respect you. Your partner is the one who controls the narrative. I solely blame them. It's their duty to tell you or squash it before it starts.
I
But
personally
you
think
gotta
should be
admit,
squashed.
men are some dogs, man, but they're also chicken shits.
Yeah.
They won't go to their partner and say, hey, I want to dip my tallywhacker in this flour real quick. Can I do it? And I guarantee you, as you get older, women would say, go ahead,
Unless it's their friend.
unless it's their friend.
Then they're going to be like, no.
But most women would say yes, because at that point in time, the woman knows that, hey, you're on the hunt. And it might,
And even if you tell them no, they might just do it anyways. So why not just be like, yeah, go ahead.
well, no, they know you're on the hunt and they know that you might do it any damn way. So why it's better to know about it than somebody going behind the back.
Yeah.
Now, maybe in my world, that's the way it is, but most straight people, if you will,
Straight.
don't think that way.
Monogamous?
Yeah.
You mean most monogamous people? Because
They wouldn't think that way.
No,
And it's funny. What is the divorce rate? 50-50 now?
probably more.
50% that you're going to get divorced.
Probably more.
It ain't like the old days where they stayed together for 80 years.
Mm-mm.
Times have changed. And you know what? Women are the worst.
Why?
Women cheat more than men now. Modern times. It's proven.
Is it?
It's a proven fact.
Is it though?
And I'm not, jumping on women. It's just, hey, it's payback, asshole.
Maybe because their man did it to them, and it's just karma.
Is that what you find most of the time?
It's karma. Yeah. A lot of times when I see women cheating, it's because their man did, and it's their way of getting them back. That's what I've noticed.
One thing I notice is women don't have self-control like a man.
As far as,
Women act on emotion. They don't act on smarts.
well, it's because some women need to just use their brains a little bit more.
But see, she's even conceding right now. Women act on emotion. They get mind fucked and they get screwed up.
No, that happens with friendships and everything else, though.
And that's not a friend if they're playing with your head. I don't think so.
No. Mm-mm. No, when like when like a friend gets so deep into your head, or a so-called friend gets so deep into your head that they start telling you things and you believe them because you think you can trust them, but then everything they're telling you is a lie.
Mike, I guess, did a video the other day. He says Beezer shows the mentality of a lot of modern women. And a lot of modern women, I have to say, are hoes. They earned it. A lot of modern women. I have to say, you and your age and up aren't really like that. But the younger ones, they hoes, man, straight up.
Dude, that shit starts from high school.
But isn't there a difference as a woman from your age to them?
Yeah. It's called maturity. It's called we let everybody screw us over back in high school, and we're so
well, I'm not
over
talking
it.
about just high school. I'm talking about these kids that are 25 years old, 26.
That's because all they do is think the girls are only thinking with their cooter pockets and the dudes are only thinking with their schlongs. I don't think any of these kids should be in any relationships because they don't know what a true relationship is.
Is it our fault for not teaching them that?
It is the parents' fault for not teaching them that. But, you also got to keep in mind that monkey see, monkey do.
Mm-hmm.
Kids see what
parents... Oh, yeah, kids
see what the parents do or what their friends are doing, and then they do the same crap.
Mm-hmm.
If they see that, little Susie sees her dad at a restaurant with another woman, guess that's going to show that that's okay.
And what's worse is these modern day women, if you call it, they know they have kids involved, but they do it anyway.
Mm-hmm. They don't care.
So the roles have been reversed.
Well, basically, it's the same scenario as it always is. It's all about me, 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 and I. That's what it's about. They don't care about you or you or you. It's all about them. They don't care.
How do you actually fix something that happens like that when a spouse goes off and screws you over?
Well, biggest thing, you got to start communication. You got to rebuild trust. You got to discuss the situation, decide where you want to go from there.
And that's something you can't do with a friend that did that to you.
No.
I don't think so.
No. You can try and work it out with your spouse, but as far as the friend, I don't think you'll never talk to that friend again, because there's always going to be that chance in the back of your mind that if that friend stays around, it's going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it will.
So if you love your significant other, hopefully you're going to try and work things out, but you got to get rid of the third party. Because the third wheel, because the interference is always going to possibly be there, no matter how hard you're trying to work it out. Because there's
always the thought
that person's there. So then, and how can you actually look at one of your friends, as a guy, how can you look at one of your guy friends the same, knowing they screwed your wife?
You can't.
Or your girlfriend.
You can't.
How can you even look at them the same?
And I don't think, what if you got a big group of friends? Because then all at that point is it's going to be talk behind each other.
Everybody, yeah. Like if there's 6 of you and there's you and the guy who did the thing, the dirty deed, and then you got 4 other friends, those 4 friends are going to be talking so much crap about you and the
Or
side-
taking sides.
and like 2 are going to go on this side, 2 are going to go on this side, or maybe it'll be 3 on this person's side and 1 on this person. Yeah, it's like that whole group of friends is going to end up getting screwed up.
It's gonna get
You're going to
messed
end up
up.
you're going to end up losing all of them
And they're gonna lose each other because of one person's
because of
idiotic
one person
decision.
being stupid. Yeah, and that's
That's how it's gonna break apart a group.
yeah.
And I think you'd equate that with an MC. That's what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
You think women can't handle being independent? See, the thing with me and women being independent, they use their cooters to get hooked up with somebody that they can actually support them. That's why you see these old ass men with these 25 and 26-year-olds, which I think is disgusting. I do.
It's gross.
It's disgusting to me.
It is.
But they latch on to them because they're getting the money and they're getting their support.
Mhm.
See, women know how to use them cooters, man. Because men are stupid. When it comes to their tallywhackers, they let that lead. And they just start handing over the money. Stupid people.
Stupid is as stupid does.
And you're sitting there saying, yeah, well, I know what your game is.
Mhm.
And they know what they're doing. Because no 25-year-old's going to be bouncing around on a tallywhacker that's somebody 60 years old. No, they're after that money, stupid, and you know that.
Yeah, but some 60-year-olds are so foolish.
I don't think they're foolish. I think they know
don't-
that
they
they're
don't
paying
care.
it. It's a live-in escort. It's what it is.
Mhm.
Just because they want to feel something tight instead of freaking some broad that's, 50 or older that has a loose one.
Oh my god!
You don't get stupid.
You act like all women are loosey gooseys.
Well, I think after, certain age, they get that way.
No, there's called vaginal. They could fix that. Vaginal tightening.
Vaginal
now.
tightening now.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's plastic surgery, dude. You could tighten up your vajayjay, make it back to where it was before kids. They have that now. Costs lots of money, but they have that.
And one pop and it's down the drain.
One pop and it goes. Wasted all that money on what?
I don't know. I think it's a situation that doesn't need to happen, but because the way the human psyche is, it really starts to destroy people.
Yeah.
It really does. And there's no reason for that to happen if you just want to be honest about it.
Well, that's why you need friendships, not situationships.
What's a situationship?
People are just going to cause situations that you're only with, that you only communicate because of specific situations. Like, I call it a situationship when, like, you're friends with somebody way in the past because you share past memories. Like, that's a situationship because you share past memories, okay? But do you share anything in the current?
Most of the time that answer is no, because you've already grown.
Exactly. So, like, when you have a friend from high school because you did all kinds of stuff together, but they don't fit into your life now, I call that person situationship instead of a friendship, because you went through a lot together in the past. So that's why you want to be friends with them. But your current situation in life, they just don't fit in. And
sometimes you don't want them to fit in.
Well, why would you want to sit around? I loved reminiscing about the past every once in a while,
and
like,
that's what it is, the past.
well, like there was times when I was like, hey Hollywood, remember this, or you'll say, hey, remember this, and yeah, we like to reminisce about things from the past. But why would you want to be friends with somebody that you only have all those past scenarios in common with, but nothing in common with them in the present day? It's a kind of a pointless friend.
It's kind of like a Republican and Democrat. You don't want to get along.
So, I mean, to me, that's like a situationship. You went through a lot of situations with somebody in the past, but now there's nothing in common. So you don't share anything in the present. So why keep them as
Man, I don't
friends?
think you should feel guilty about getting rid of people that have nothing to do with your life.
If they don't fit in your today's scenario, then, you know.
That's just like, something funny about me was I only want my kids and my wife and my family at a funeral. I don't want nobody else there.
Mm-hmm.
I made that stipulation how many times?
Yep. Uh-huh.
I don't want nobody there. And I think that's because only family should mean everything to you. Friends come and go. I think that's the lesson.
Yeah, because you start to, because people post when people pass away on like their social media, right? And then I've seen people go as far as posting like when their services are and stuff like that. And it's like, do you really want somebody that your like now deceased partner dated back in high school showing up at their funeral? I mean, it's like, do you really want all that? That's just more drama.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, that's the show for today. Give it to China Doll, baby. She'll be here tomorrow. What are you going to be talking about?
I have no idea. I got to check my dates because I think I dated something wrong in the thing.
My goodness.
It happens.
Have a good Labor Day, everybody. Rock on.
Is an in-depth look at the trials and tribulations of street gang and motorcycle club life. This isn't the run-of-the-mill book that doesn't give the goods. This book will go into detail of events that actually happened. All materials in this book have been approved by those involved. There is nothing poetic, nor is there any price worth paying for the life we choose to live on the streets. James Hollywood Machikari, Brotherhood and Betrayal.